Welcome everyone to the CJOS platform. So this is our homepage. From here, you can see all the actions that you can take with the product on your site and on your data. For example, you can explore and analyze your data very easily by yourself. You don't need the help of a data analyst anymore, and you will see just why. You can review the data layer structure, which is the structure that Ohad just mentioned, in a very nice and clear and easy way. You can create a custom data point, which basically means to take the segment that you just created in other marketing tool, bring it into your operating system, into the customer journey OS, and create that one source of truth, one unified area for all your data. You can dive into our AI-based smart insights that are personalized for you based on your data. Explore the common use cases, which, for example, is like the ones I just showed right now, and will show you in a minute, and much more, of course. And you can activate a data point, which means to take that interesting segment that you just found, you just created, and push it into one of your marketing tools, and there work on that segment and create the campaign, retarget them, and do whatever you need to do in order to bring them back and increase your conversion. So let's dive into the most important and interesting part. So this is the data layer. So let's say you just got the tag, you implemented very simply on your site. It's super easy to do that, and it immediately starts to auto-populate the data. So like Ohad mentioned, we have the four main pillars of the product. We have the visitor, the site, the device, the journey, and the site. Under each one of them, we have all the data points already divided into the different categories that are connected to the pillar, right? So once we implemented the tag, data starts flowing, and we can immediately start investigating the data and see what we can do with it. So let's start. Okay. For example, we know that sometimes different weather condition can affect the user's behavior, okay, on our site. So what we want to do, for example, is just start exploring. We can take the weather condition and see how our site visitors are distributed between the different weather conditions that we have. Once we see that, we want to take that even to the next level and explore that even more, take a deeper dive. And I want to see how the different weather condition impacts our one of our KPIs, for example, our conversion rate. So I just do that, click apply, and immediately we have the data, we have the results. So what we can see here, we have our site average conversion rate, okay? Site average conversion rate, right? And we can see in several weather conditions, the conversion rate is much higher than our site average. But there are other weather conditions that the conversion rate is lower, okay? So what we want to do is maybe take that segment, take that users that fall under these weather conditions, and push them to converting. So the second thing, the next step that I want to do is to see the size of that population out of my total site visitors. So I'm gonna take the clear, the heavy rain, and the sunny, okay, and see what are the volume. So we see it's almost 38% who are not converting as high as the other. And we can only assume several things. For example, when it's so clear, people tend to go outside, so they don't shop online as much. Or maybe when there's a heavy rain, the delivery takes a bit more time. Or when it's sunny, again, they want to go out. So once we identify this specific user that falls under that category, we want to create a segment out of them. So let's call it low conversion rate wither. Okay, and click save. Okay, so what did I just do? What just happened? I clicked a few buttons, and then what? What actually happened is that in a matter of minutes, I created a segment by myself right into the code without the help of a data analyst, without the help of a developer, and now completely by myself. And what we can do now, after we created that segment, we want to utilize it. So we want to take it and then start acting on that segment. So we just activate, choose the system that we want to target them. So for example, I want to choose Facebook ads and retarget them with the Facebook ads. And we can start offering them maybe free shipping, free delivery when it's like very heavy rain, or when it's clear, to convert them even more, or when we want to increase the conversion rate, or give them higher coupon codes if they shop online right now. And that way, okay, in a few steps, very in a seamless way, just follow the guidelines, right? And we push that segment live into Facebook. And from now on, it starts populating on Facebook, okay? Starts populating on Facebook, and you can target them through there. So very simple, very easy, no problem. Just did everything by myself. Another thing that we are all always interested in is to know how our shoppers feel when they're on our site. What are their intentions? What do they want to do? Do they want to stay on the site? Are they about to abandon us? Are they going to convert? And we want to identify that live once that happens and act on it. We don't want to waste time. Like Ohad mentioned, sometimes it takes time to act on these users, and then we lose momentum. So with CJOS, we have a small window just to see that and how our users behaving. So we can see, for example, users with abandonment likelihood. You can see that they're about to abandon our site, and we don't want to do that. Users that are hesitant and are not converting as much, the likelihood for them to come back to our site later on is lower. So if we already have them on our site, we want to keep them there. We want to push them and maybe change their intent from intent to abandon to intent to convert. And how are we going to do that? So the first thing, again, I want to check the volume of that site population out of my entire site population. So let's take users who are with medium probability to abandon and also with high, right? Because we don't want to lose these users. Okay. In that case, we can see they take over 50% of our site entire population. That's a very high number of users that we want to keep. We want to change them from the abandonment likelihood to conversion rate likelihood. So again, what we can do is to create a segment out of them, okay, and then target them with, for example, on-site coupon or discounts in order to keep them, give them higher coupon codes to keep them on the site. Or maybe we can trigger a chatbot to see what's going on. Maybe they need help. Maybe they're struggling on the site right now, okay? And in that way, once we do it live, we do the maximum efforts to keep them on the site and then changing them from with the intent to abandon to the intent of conversion, and we increase our likelihood for conversion rate. So guys, these are just like that's just the tip of the iceberg with the use cases that you can do with the customer journey OS, and of course, just a small glimpse into the entire product capabilities.